Good morning, Black Twitter. It's me, Jeannie, out here tweeting for people who can't get to bed on time. Is that you? You probably have an alarm to wake you up in the morning because you're a normal person. I have an alarm to help me go to bed at night, and I snooze it like 5 times. I don't ever get to bed on time. And I know I'm not the worst person at it because I get it from my mama. Shout out to you, mommy. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yesterday on Twitter, @GMBT Show ran a poll and asked the women of Black Twitter whether they shaved their legs up against the grain or down with the grain when they shave their legs. And 100% of you said that you shave your legs up against the grain, which I figured because you know what? I shave my legs up against the grain too, but it dawned on me that I always see advice that you're supposed to shave down with the grain. Why doesn't anyone tell women this? You ever notice that women are supposed to be hairless and flawless and beautiful, and we get some of the worst skincare advice? Why is no one telling us to shave down with the grain? Why are all the awesome shaving creams and systems and shaving stores and the art of shaving all targeting men when we're the ones who are supposed to be hairless? We probably spend millions of dollars every year in hair removal, and men are out here getting all the attention. What sense does that make? So anyway, I also tweet for women who are out here shaving up against the grain. Shout out to us. It's not like anybody taught us the right way to do it. So anyway, onto Twitter yesterday, because the show is Good Morning Black Twitter. And we are here to talk about Twitter. Well, Black people on Twitter, in Black Twitter. That's what we do, right? I don't know if you noticed, you might have missed it because it happened as we were taping yesterday's episode of Good Morning Black Twitter. But someone decided to log on and post nudes of someone else without their consent. And I know you're thinking I'm talking about Leslie Jones, but I'm not actually. I'm talking about a tweeter who goes by the name of @Horish. This is actually a bit of a flipped situation. @Horish is a woman who exposed the nudes of her male ex, when usually revenge porn is a man exposing the nudes of a woman. So I guess @Horish was fed up and decided to log onto Twitter and start posting all the nude images that her ex-boyfriend sent her over the course of their relationship. I was debating whether or not to talk about this yesterday because one thing I don't want this show to do is entertain at the expense of somebody who's been victimized. I will talk about the person who was doing the posting, but there are enough platforms that will entertain you at the expense of the person who's being kicked while they're down. I don't need to add to that. Now, mind you, I'm here for a good kiki. I'm here for the tea. But I don't want to just make a situation worse for somebody who is being humiliated. Now, mind you, if you're the person being humiliated in all this and you want to put someone else on blast, please holla at your girl, because I've been known to put a sucker MC on the Summer Jam screen in 1080p HD, okay? I will totally be here for somebody who's being victimized, taking down their abuser. All the time, every time. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever. I'm pretty sure we all know what happened to Leslie Jones, but if you're not familiar with what was going on with Leslie Jones, here's a brief little filler. Leslie Jones recently starred in the new Ghostbusters movie, and a lot of men seem to have a problem with the fact that this film was all women. Unfortunately, somehow Leslie Jones wound up getting the brunt of that backlash, of that anti-women Ghostbuster backlash, and almost got her ass off of Twitter. But she bounced back hard enough to find herself as a sports commentator for the Olympics in Rio. Go Leslie. And then I guess somebody was just hating on the fact that she was doing too well. Like, she wasn't hurt. She was trolled. She was harassed. I guess people sent her death threats. And she was still good. And I guess that really just pissed someone off. And they went ahead and hacked her website and posted her nudes online and doxed her. In another attempt to drive her offline, I guess. And this is what kind of gets me. I don't ever understand what is the goal of people who post someone's nudes online. Are you hoping that they're gonna disappear off the internet forever? They're never gonna use Twitter. They're never gonna use Facebook. They're never gonna use Instagram or Vine or whatever because you posted some nudes? Or do you think it's gonna ruin their dating prospects? I never really understand besides humiliation. Sure, the person might be humiliated in the moment. The person might not be humiliated in the moment. I don't really have nudes for someone to post in the first place. But if someone did post them, I'd be like, okay, I'm kind of annoyed that everybody can see my naked body without my consent. That's obviously gonna be jarring. But I look good. So what you thought was gonna happen here, it's not gonna happen here. And it's one of those things that you can never really be sure of the outcome depending on the person. It's, I guess, if you know the person really well, you would know that they would be upset. But if you don't, you have no idea how that person is actually gonna respond to this. And you're provoking them anyway. Also, it's really childish. When are we gonna get past this thing of revenge porn? I guess we'll never get past it because it's just another form of abuse. And we haven't gotten past any other form of abuses anyway, so why would we get past this form of abuse? It's just human beings finding yet another way to be trash. As if we needed another way to be trash. I don't know what to make of it. I hope anybody that's been the victim of revenge porn is coping well, but I know that's probably not the case because we've heard some of the horror stories. Aside from it being childish, it's really illegal, like really illegal in a lot of states. So find another way to get back at your ex. Mix their toothpaste with their shampoo when you're moving out. Take all the light bulbs out the fixtures before you leave so they won't notice until they turn the lights on and notice that there's no light. Empty all the cereal out the box and put the box back. So when they go to have cereal in the morning, the box is empty. Like, there are so many ways to get back at your ex without doing something just ridiculously childish and illegal. Well, all that stuff is childish, isn't it? But it's not illegal. And it doesn't live on the internet forever and ever and ever. Maybe we should just try to be better as human beings overall. I'll sip to that. Have you ever done something that's not revenge porn to get back at an ex? Let me know in the comments or holla at me on Twitter. As I always say, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, subscribe and rate it. I'd appreciate it. Have a good morning, Black Twitter.